top end because we're a little early, but I'm not too worried about it. I think we'll probably hover around 0 to 2 or 3 people at a time ever. So.
Yep.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. So the clove game that you sent me, I didn't look at what map. Was it the sunset here?
Yes, it was that sunset.
Okay. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. You want to go over that? Looks like you farmed, so I'm down.
Sure.
Oh, also, didn't want to look at what are you doing? Russians, so now they have to hit back.
Yep.
Oh, your headshot rate is looking better, by the way. I know the number's lower, but I think that's more appropriate. Like this range is like
Yeah, I think my goal is always
appropriate than it was. Because like even if
I
you're
always
still down, like
yeah.
I mean, there's or you're higher. Less
Yeah.
I think like this is a pretty ideal range to be in. Like
I always aim for 25%, but it just naturally goes higher sometimes.
Yeah, that's okay. And like I said, that might mean that like you're just taking a little bit too long. You can maybe even shoot faster, but like I think
wait, I'm negative now?
it looks like you've already made that change and your stats are probably just lagging. Like because these games are like a 27%, like a 24, I wouldn't really say I would change anything. Obviously hard to say for sure without saying the game, but like the one that we're watching, we'll see. It might be, and I mean sometimes we'll just have games where we have heaters, right? But
yeah,
I just think your stats are looking really good, man. They're really, I think everything's moving the right direction. So.
Everything, the number would look a lot better for the tracker score if I just won some damn games. But,
That's okay. It takes time, and it's hard with like sometimes you just gotta like babysit your teammates.
Yep.
If you haven't like noticed it, truly, all of your stats are moving in the direction that you want them to move. So
yeah,
I think it's important to acknowledge that and like acknowledge that you are definitively improving, getting better.
Right. Thank you.
And I mean, what's your RR at right now? I mean, your rank might even be up.
I'm down 40.
Down 40.
Yeah,
that's better than it was though.
Yeah.
Back on the climb up. All right, and you said it was like for.
It was the first game, yeah.
He's an idiot.
What
up, man? Yeah, no shit. He got him a win. When was the last time Bryce Hall did that? Or Bryce Young? Shit. Hey guys, how we doing today?
Gonna launch our Valorant take back right now.
What up, man?
Yep.
Do our pre-round.
You guys want to fight down A main? I can give you one.
I don't. Right. Did we do really quickly? Did we do a?
Well, one, yes, we did.
I think we didn't do an insights. We just did actually.
No, it was. Was it last week's? I want to say. I think it was last week's.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this will be.
Yeah, because 2 weeks ago it was Viper, and this past week it was Clove.
Yeah. Slap those. All right, so on defense, start around smokes more. Calm with your teammates, like your plans for your smokes, and then smoke spike if you
hold that space in the lobby.
Smoke over here.
Maybe they don't end up pushing out. You guys could fast flank that.
Already W as fuck comms.
He's an idiot.
Shit.
Oh, okay. The Delulu's be Delulu.
No peeking.
Two down mid.
Few B.
It might have been B stairs. I don't know. They smoked top mid.
What's mid?
This is a default? 60
I like that
Cypher
we were
top
aware
mid.
of it. I think we
Damn.
lost a little bit of timing, but I think that was okay. That was really good.
Spike planted.
How'd you learn to hunt like
I like
that?
the start of the round, and our teammates won it. Let's go.
Alrighty.
We're going.
There's a lot of internal monologue in this game.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find sometimes talking to myself helps me like lock in.
That's right. I'm buying a
Alright,
Marshall.
muckers.
You get 3
Off we
kills, you
go.
buy a Marshall. That's nuts. Got mid.
Spooky. Nice.
One up B man. Sorry, 2 in mid, 1 B man.
We're going big. Bridges.
Looking at nothing right now.
Bottom right.
Should I have broken that to fight with him?
I think I would have been down to, yeah. I don't know that there's a perfect answer because like Sky should have been able to fight with him too there, right? So I just think either you break it there and you fight with him, or you come back and you help Cypher hold main like you're doing right now, right? I would have done one of those two instead of just staring at the door. And I mean, I can tell you were in minimap mode, right? You were watching the fight happen on the minimap and trying to get info and stuff like that. So
One enemy remaining.
He's the bulldog.
also, I can't believe I made you loss.
Right here.
Talked about that.
What part?
Bonkers.
Good job.
I think the round was okay. I will say this is something that's
Enemy
happened to us a
remaining.
couple times in some of our VODs. Like right at the start of the round,
Alrighty.
where we have gun advantage and we're fighting really early. I think
We're
that's
going.
something to keep in.
Fuck.
Where I just don't want to. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a weird mix of. You're good.
So like I mean like there are situations where it's okay, right? I just think fighting in mid in particular where they can swing you from 2 angles, like when you have gun advantage like this, is kind of just asking for it.
Yeah.
I'm really down to fight mid on even rounds, or especially when you're at disadvantage. I think it's really, really good. But when you have advantage, that's kind of when it's time to play a little bit. I wouldn't even say more passive, just less risky. And I do like that you're matching intentions with Urena here. Like you do it presumably because
That's
you
right.
guys
I'm buying a
both
Alright,
Marshall.
muckers.
You get 3 kills, you buy a Marshall.
which I
In
think
my
is-
head, I'm trying to just ego because I know I've got a better weapon, so I know I can kill them. It's just obviously if I run into 5 people, I'm not gonna win 1v5.
One up B man.
Yeah, so that ego energy, bring it to your gun rounds. Like know that you can kill them just because you're practicing your mechanics and you are better.
Okay.
I'm
So-
all about that energy. I think that's a really good way to think and like bring it to ranked and like just fry people. I think these are just the kind of rounds that when you lose them can just ruin the whole momentum of a game.
Yep. Absolutely.
And you can be having a mechanically perfect game, but if they swing you from tiles and bottom mid at the same time in
I'm
this
not winning.
elo, you're probably just gonna die. Like you're gonna get 1 tap by Deeg or 2 tap by Classic.
Yeah. I see.
So
So keep it more of it's fine to take the gunfights, but more so you should want to keep the weapon you bought, kind of.
I think it's more of a consider like the economic advantage of or the economic status of like your team and their team, right? So like when we have guns and they don't, the round should be a given, right? It's our round. So the only way that we can lose that round is by taking riskier fights and exposing ourselves to multiple angles at once and kind of ego peeking and fighting, even though you will probably win it. You will win it 90% of the time you do that. And that's why people tend to do stuff like this, like rushing into saves, like when you're an attacker and stuff like that. People do it because it does work actually most of the time. But it gives the people who have worse guns a better chance at winning because, like, if you think about it, if you're the guy with a sheriff this round and your teammates say, hey, let's go mid, you kind of want somebody to swing you from door, right? Like you kind of want to take that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because you take a gun away and potentially get a gun for yourself. So it's just worth a lot more. Like the way that fight can go is really only a benefit for them, because when you're removing, basically a useless gun from the round, it's worth a lot less than when you die and you drop your bulldog, because then they also get it and you die, right? So,
Yeah.
But when you're in like a normal round, it's not really even about like saving your gun or anything like that. I mean, Valorant is a game of gambles and like risky decision making, and when like if you're feeling hot and you just want to swing kids and fight them, fucking fight them. I'm all about it. I think that's really good, because like you guys are on an even playing ground, so use your mechanical skill to make it your advantage and win. Yeah,
Right.
But when you already just have a base advantage from like guns and things, it's risky. If that makes sense.
Yep, I get it.
So if you're down, and that's why I like some of the crazy strats that I've seen you call like on ecos. I love stuff like that, and why I always say just try to like stack and do crazy weird stuff on ecos, because you just want to play aggressive and really high risk when you don't have weapons. And so pushing mid like that, if you were in the opposite situation where you just lost, would have been really good too.
Okay, I'll make mental note of that.
Sorry, 2 in mid.
And I only just want to talk about it because I've seen it's like it doesn't happen a lot, but it's happened across several of our VODs, and
You're going B.
I'm starting to notice
It's a
bit of
reoccurring
trend.
theme. Yeah.
Bottom right. Sky, I'm gonna walk down from mid and try to pinch wherever they're at.
Yes, sir.
I thought
See,
it
and
was
this
just
is
like
a
the-
great round to do it because you don't have
Disadvantage.
gun advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's just the go-to call for me anytime there. But
Yeah,
I
if
also
you're on your
like-
bonus round, I love this mid walk. I think it's awesome, and you'll see. I mean, Xander does this mid walk out a couple times, and I didn't do it enough. Dope Pie coached me into walking out mid more
I missed the
often
one way, I'm
on
sorry.
this map.
Drop in a smoke.
There we go. It is safe.
Oh,
70 ran a bottom mid, healed.
I think that was
Was
kinda
that-
good.
Yeah.
Drop
I'm just
in
gonna
a
headshot.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just gonna.
There we go.
I think your crosshair placement's good.
It is safe.
Yeah.
70
he
ran
was
a
in
bottom
kind of
mid,
an off
healed.
angle. There's not a whole lot.
Didn't shift peek it. Damn.
Yeah, you peaked with just A. I think it was fine. If we really want to nitpick, there might be some scaling differences that I would have had, but honestly, I don't want to get into it because it's really not worth it, probably.
Okay.
I think you did everything really well there. And, like, sometimes you're just going to lose, and that's okay.
I fumbled with the keys for
Yeah, that's a vandal I win that.
today, no?
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
side.
I can feel their pulse.
We won that round somehow anyway.
I'd
So.
love to see it.
Um,
Here's your 70 damage to Reyna.
I'll play close here. Try to help. Fight B main with me.
Dude, the comms are awesome, by the way.
I'm gonna put
It's
a
like
deep
every
smoke so
round
they
you've
can't
said
walk out.
something. At
If
the
you
start
want to,
on
you can
defense.
walk across
here.
since you can.
This was the first game of the day, so I had a
I'll
lot of
play close
energy.
here. Try to help.
No begin.
Fast B main.
Have one of these.
Should have sprayed.
Yeah, I would have been down to spray after.
No one's out yet.
Well, I marked 4 people there. I
Oh,
should've
yeah,
sprayed.
in the comment
Sounds as
report.
if they backed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one because you did get the cam sound cue,
I want
right?
to
So they were probably
I want to
about to
listen.
push through. I think I liked the metal use.
It's also just an awkward position because of the box there. If that was open, I would have done it without thought.
You're really good at matching Arena's intentions this game so far, too.
Smoke
I
top.
like it. That sucks. You jump peek, you guys?
We're into A.
No, he jumped for the bomb.
Okay, I was like, what
Drop in a
the
smoke.
fuck?
So
One enemy remaining.
That's just tiles.
you said for when I'm lurking, use less utility, but if I'm like with someone going up flank and we've already been spotted, that doesn't count, right?
Yeah, I don't think you
Okay.
did anything wrong here.
I'm on-
And when I said that, it was normally like you would be completely behind
Already
people, and then you would
Mid lurk
use
and I'm stopping to throw
you would
utility
use
for my
util
teammates.
to like try and create more of an advantage for yourself when you already have like a really big
My
advantage.
left side.
Sure that
Oh, okay.
So like here, especially like using util for like teammates top mid and like supporting Reyna and stuff like that, I think that's
We're into A.
fun.
There's two there.
Drop in a
One more.
Like that smoke, I think was totally great.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
I
I
think
was
it's what got raised that kill. Honestly, that was a really good smoke.
Fumble. You're right, Alex. You're right. Missed opportunity. I'm gonna walk down through mid again. If you guys want to fight down A main, I have the one way for you this
And they
time.
have a buy this round too. Let's go.
I'm getting a phone call.
Ring ring. Oh, not the Phantom.
Oh, 140.
I'm gonna rewatch
I'm
it
getting
real
a phone
quick.
call.
I think it was fine. Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes you get phantoms.
Phantom.
Homie hit a crouch. Sent you to the shadow realm. This guy has your number on barely winning gunfights so far this game. Let's see.
What did you
bombs
remove?
are
The pre-com, yeah.
140 Reyna healed bottom mid.
I haven't written. Jesus, English is hard. Written anything yet?
I think right after you say that, I don't think I call anything here.
That's okay. And like every round is very hard. You should just be aiming to do it a strong majority, and like sometimes you'll just have some rounds because it really is tiring. It can take a lot out of you.
Smoke
right
down mid.
here.
If you're being the perfect version of yourself, you do it every round, and I think you can set that goal. But like, don't be upset if you, you know.
Yeah. This was a weird one. I didn't close the door because I wanted them to walk into market since there's a cipher trip top and I don't have to worry about them just running up there.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I know exactly where you are.
Gun! Ah! Man, somebody really should have just walked up mid and shot you in the head and used your knife out like that.
Pointing it.
Run into you. Hold on.
You're all lying.
Spike planted.
Have we seen Cypher? Or is he still gonna be late? Eyes are
Here's
trip
the
mid.
man. Here's
Okay.
Drop in a smoke.
Where is everyone?
That was,
Not ready yet. No peeking.
Fucking W.
I'm getting on bomb.
One enemy
Last
remaining.
elbow. Great job.
W. Good job. Good bomb smoke. Let's go.
Grace, can you jump? Nice.
This defense is like, you took the notes exactly, and you're doing really good.
B60 if I was the Raze. Whatever you say, King. Steps in mid.
one A man, one A man.
Nope, sorry, Reyna.
I think, sorry, I want to double check when you press tab here. I think you pressed it. Maybe I'm
B60 if
hallucinating.
I was
Oh,
the
yeah, it was
Raze.
escape. There it is. Okay. Okay, so they've got a really good back.
Whatever you say, King. And rotate through spawn to A. You low for now,
I
Scott?
like to safe rotate.
I'm showing him.
Smart.
Drop in a smoke.
I also was just keeping in mind I don't want to give information to them if one's in tiles.
In the smoke.
Like that.
Two in top mid.
Here.
It should end there, right?
No peeking.
I believe
I'm
so.
top mid, Scott.
Was our door not closed?
I actually have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, one A, two A.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
God damn.
Okay. So this is a bit of a weird round.
Steps in mid.
We
One A man,
do
one A
click
man.
it.
Sorry, Reyna.
I don't hear him breaking. Please close.
Rotate through spawn to A. You
And
low
I
for Scott?
like this rotate call.
Drop in a
I
smoke.
think that's good.
In the smoke.
Two top mid.
I think playing with Reyna right now is good. Reyna gets posted up in the smoke, I think you rotate immediately. So this round I think felt weird because we kind of lacked impact. Like we were
Passive.
Yeah, like we were just pretty passive, and I'm trying to figure out where that came from. Because you were like trying to be proactive with the rotates, and so I'm trying to understand what exactly happened. And I think this is where we kind of get stalled out. So like, I like playing with the Reyna and being with them, but ideally if they're in the smoke, they should have this locked down. Like there should be pretty much no chance. And we're kind of just doing nothing here with them. And the enemy is actively having time to take space. Yeah, the Reyna just throws. So we rotate over here a little late because we think they're there. We're hesitant to push because we lost mid control. Let's.
Spike planted.
Well.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I think it just came from that weird
Spike
Reyna
planted.
decision. And like him stepping into that smoke was honestly kind of.
Last player standing.
Yeah, freaking ciphers, man. They're all rats.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of if there's really a takeaway there. Maybe it was just a weird round. We'll see if we
really was
see a
just weird.
trend. Yeah.
Dude, I'm not doing anything this game.
But I liked the early rotate that you were taking towards A. I think there was a lot of indecision just in the mid round where you went between market and mid, and I think that's what cost you your impact.
2 mid. Oh, mid again.
Fastest A rotate of my life right now.
Despite them just shooting the door down.
Yep. Because my teammate died on A, and you saw a guy bottom mid and tiles, right? So they're primed to rotate A fast after that.
Right here.
Those are good peaks, by the way.
Oh, it's right.
Jen.
Oh.
Close left, close left.
One enemy remaining.
Right here.
Oh no.
Should have sprayed it.
Like you're cold, man. I can't lie.
Last
How do you
player
do this to
standing.
me?
I think that retake was pretty good.
Close left, close left.
Here.
Let's check your util. I'm super down for that smoke.
Right here.
And you don't have one, and you're just peeking really clean here.
Jen.
Going in with your ult.
Close left, close left.
How about it? I think that was a really, really good retake. Good job.
Sorry, just nice. I guess. I don't have so much money despite losing so many rounds.
I'm gonna add it just because we talked about it earlier, and your defense is looking good enough that we might not actually have any notes. So
Nothing.
consider your opponents. But I mean, we can get into like the nitty gritty of stuff, but
If we have
really not worth
nothing,
it.
go for
Yeah,
some
we
nitpick
will.
stuff. Challenge me.
Consider. Why can't I spell today? Opponne, right? One N?
One in between the N and E.
Okay. I'm illiterate. That's what engineering does. I just look at symbols. I don't actually spell anything. Consider your opponent's economics and deciding to play aggressive or to or worse. Play you feel comfortable, which is ideally aggressive as hell, honestly. Sorry for you. It's better. I've seen a smoke spike. I start around smoke every single time, so those have all been good. Our peaking's been really good. So our A smokes even I think have been good. Like I really like that you're throwing the one way when they're coming in. You're throwing the later one way, and it's helping your teammates find impact. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and I'm just gonna write this note for myself. Watch rotating, because I think there might be some space that we can make in here? Because these guys in the enemy team don't seem to default or fix
There's
a
only
whole
one
lot.
here, Kelsey.
Drop in a smoke. Right here. Done.
What's you? 74 on the bottom end.
Woo!
Damn it, I can't get like on. Dude, I need to get rid of this crosshair. It's pissing me off.
I missed it.
74
Yeah,
on the
I just
bottom
hit a
end.
heater.
Damn it! I can't get like on.
That's fine. You went out with Raiden.
Drop in a
Walk down
smoke.
mid. How can a player better balance macro analysis and my aim when playing out a round? Like you're talking about when you're actively playing a
Spray in bottom
round,
mid.
not like VOD reviewing.
I'm smoking out.
No peeking.
From what I understand of that question, they're kind
What was
of,
that?
it's like what I was talking about before about focusing on one to give up the other. So, yeah, I think I was gonna hit the killer there, but
144 breach and omen.
yeah, 144 against both of them. It was hard to see. I think,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think, I don't know. I
So-
think I did think him.
Dude, that sucks.
I know.
I'm upset for you. That just sucks. It is what it is. I like we're playing around Cypher's trips. This is okay. Yeah, it's tough, and we're offside even. Yeah. So like with your question, Midnight. So Midnight was asking if there's a way to better balance their macro gameplay and like analysis in the middle of a game versus focusing on their aim. And honestly, it's really hard to focus on both in a game. That's why you do things like death matches and aim training and things like that, is to make your passive habits of aiming really strong so you don't have to focus on them. It's pretty much impossible to make tons of macro decisions passive. You can make your round starts passive, so you don't have to think about them very much. So like you can have standard go-tos for like how you start a round, and the more you see situations, you'll kind of have like an instinctive reaction to go to certain spots and stuff like that. But ideally you want to practice your mechanics enough that they are just passively good and you don't have to think about them, and then you get to focus all of your attention on like playing the game really, and that's when you can like really thrive on macro decision making.
144 breach and omen. Inches again, and I'm just not playing. That double dink is nuts though. I'm getting conscientious again, and I'm just not playing.
It's nuts. Let's see the
That double
Bucky.
dink is nuts though.
Yeah, consistency and like finding, you'll see a lot of people talk about like the flow state and stuff like that. It's pretty hard to consistently achieve. If you watch some pros, you'll see they'll have like pre-round routines to kind of like dial themselves in a little bit more. And I mean, like, depending on the role that you're playing and what you're doing, it really is appropriate sometimes to just like really dial in on your crosshair and like really focus on that in the middle of a game. Particularly if like you've used all your util and like do your thing. Yeah, like so if you're playing ISO, just focus on your mechanics explicitly.
I was gonna say, man,
B.
what agent you're playing, because trying to do all the controller shit while being in the flow state is nigh impossible.
You can do it sometimes, but it is hard. You
Yeah,
feel it in
it's-
clutches. It's clutches where it's the easiest because you get to use all your util for yourself.
Play back. I'm not gonna reach you.
Did I ever tell you about the tech with the Bucky, by the way? With the
I don't think you've ever mentioned that to me. Nope.
Yeah, it might be
just for crosshair placement with the
Let's
Bucky.
go,
It's super
Cypher.
crazy. I think you just have the regular crosshair. Or do you have the circle
Go
crosshair
side. Breach back
with
side.
the shotguns? Let's see what you do.
Here. Da.
No, this one doesn't have the circle.
Okay, so if you turn on the circle crosshair, if you don't like
Yeah.
it, you don't like it. That's totally okay. The way you want to position your crosshair with shotguns is you put the top of the circle at their head. and it almost always gets you a one.
Oh
shot.
yeah, because then
Right,
it
right.
catches neck too. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in
Your
mind.
fart dog picked this up.
It's a nice little tip to help me kind of
One backside.
improve my crosshair placement with shotguns, because it is different.
One enemy remaining.
Holy shit, good round.
One
Yeah.
enemy remaining.
Okay, your teammates looked you up. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down.
this was a very slow defensive half.
Yeah. That's...
I'm just gonna double with Raze. Actually, I really can't.
No peeking. Get out of my way.
Mid.
These peaks were a little
No peeking. Get out of my way.
spooky. They're just a little too like small. And then did you see that where you just walked straight at the angle there for a second?
Yep.
If somebody peeked you while you're doing that, you just die.
Would it be appropriate to diagonal walk to the corner and then get more?
Yeah, so like I would have
Okay.
I would have probably been doing like a WD there to like get up closer on the corner, and like you can
Yeah.
peek, or yeah, you can do a diagonal. I think you got in the situation because you did swing from far back, close to the wall, which is what you want with the box. But you probably needed a little bit more of a reposition before you started swinging.
Hey, flash
Drop
out
in
if
a
you want to be a psycho.
I know exactly where you are.
Spike down B. One
There's
enemy
no showing
remaining.
his name
man.
is Fart Dog. What a guy.
Right here.
Nice round.
I think that's it.
Good shit, Cyber.
I think that was a really good defensive run. I will add notes on.
I didn't do anything.
But you had impact. Like you weren't clicking a bunch of heads, but like I hope you can recognize you had a bunch of impact still.
Yeah. It just again it just feels mentally like I don't have impact unless I'm getting kills as clove.
Yeah, and I mean like obviously it's nice to see number go up and like be at the top of the scoreboard, like be the guy, right? I think you were playing fine there. There were, and that's something that took me a little while to learn too. It's like there were plenty of times like Dopeye watched me and I'd have a half where I was like 6 in 10, and he was like, "Yeah, that was actually a pretty good half." I was like, "Okay," I was really down on myself about it. But
Yeah.
no, like I think you had good impact. I think we can add that your comms kind of slowed down towards the end of the half. Down towards the end of the half. Try to keep your energy up. And I mean that is hard, and we've talked about that. That can be a challenging thing. And then the other thing is your rotates. We can start talking about how you need to adjust how you move around the map based on how your enemy is playing.
Yeah.
So like against this team, they frequently just had a person mid, and then they full committed to sites. Like they very rarely faked. Their default was pretty weak, so we can kind of fast rotate and do it. We can do it safely because we know they play mid, like that one round where you went safe.
Yeah.
So you kind of started to do that, and that's why I said I liked it. And I think that was really one of the only rounds where I saw us do that. So if our enemies don't default or fake. So I guess I want to rephrase this. Our default should be to rotate fast in ranked. So
Okay.
Rotate quickly. Be able to play with your teammates, because there were a handful of rounds where you had your util out, and you were using util to help your teammates on site, but you were very far away and like not able to trade them. And sometimes that is just going to happen based on positioning. But I think there were a couple of those rounds where you could have been closer and maybe been close enough to catch people like in a late trade or catch them trying to slip into sight and stuff.
Okay.
So rotate quickly to be able to play with your teammates. We can slow down our rotates Once enemies have shown the default or fake. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
And so like that one round where I had said I'm already rotating and you were kind of asking about them breaking the door, that is just like reading into the way that these guys have been playing. I don't think I saw them one round get a pick or get up on a site and do anything else but just run into it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty normal in ranked. Like that's honestly what you should probably do most of the time anyways. So you can kind of read into the fact that like your door was closed. They're not going to be trying to push it. And you had a teammate just die in A. And so they're shooting at your door, but all that's really telling you is that that guy's in tiles, right? So now you know you have a guy who killed your teammate A main and you have a guy in tiles. And that gives you a pretty good mental picture of that they're kind of towards A. And I would have just been like knife out running straight to A right away. And I would have gambled. I would have been like, Cypher, they opened up door and it's his problem and you're going to A.
Maybe I switch to this.
But I really do think that was a good half.
Try to get into elbow here rather than fighting main. They might have some dumb crosses set up or something.
And now we absolutely farm on the attack side of clove and our teammate falls asleep. Is that what happens?
Yep.
Let's go. Carry him over the finish line.
Satchel out. No peeking.
What's up? Nice.
No
One on site.
peeking. Satchel out. No peeking.
What's up? Nice.
I really like the pacing of your smoke save, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you. I've been getting better with those.
I think that felt pretty intentional to me. I don't know if you were being intentional, but it seemed like you were.
At least
You
I'm,
beat me here?
I'm very mindful about it, but I kind of still have a
flank,
problem
yes.
just throwing them at them sometimes.
This is horrifying.
One lane.
Flank now. Up
Okay.
30.
I just took the gamble on that.
Yeah, I
Also, just go
think you kind of have to. I think that's fair. Do you play in this position a lot here?
Not often. My go-to is below the crate, sitting in main.
Okay, yeah, the one like kind of to the left side of your screen right now.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think that's a lot better. I mean, like if you would just occasionally play here, I don't think I'm a fan of this spot really at all.
Okay.
I think this is kind of one of the reasons why. The guy comes flank. Everybody knows he's flank, but like you really can't do anything about it, which just sucks.
Yep.
So if you were in that spot that you talked about, you just stay crouched and you aim at it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're kind of aware. And what did we talk about on taking make control smoke from tiles a little more, make control smoke is for defaults, and doing exec. There the timing.
Flank now. Up 30.
Just healing off.
Smoking the close.
Last player standing.
105 right now.
One enemy remaining.
Sorry, I don't want to watch your teammate fight. I wanted him to clutch. I believed in him.
Drop in a smoke.
Do we call equal?
Yeah, I called team fight mid. I'm gonna lurk up B, man.
You guys want to try to do a mid fight? See if we can get something going in market, maybe.
I think that's fine. I don't think it. I will say it probably helps to be a little bit more explicit in that when you're coming, but I mean,
Yeah.
you thought about it. Baby steps. That was the widest jump peak ever.
Yeah.
Drop in a smoke.
You starting to have that internal timer on the clove smokes now, where you don't have to think about if they're falling yet.
Yeah. A little bit more.
There's 2 on B.
Jet's flanking A. In our spawn, in our spawn.
No peeking.
Is door open?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because
It's flanking A.
I thought they were gonna funnel
Inner
in there,
spawn,
but they
inner
called
spawn.
Jet no spawn. So.
honestly, I'm pretty down for that smoke. I will say you very likely have somebody actively in market right now, so
Yeah.
it probably doesn't do a lot. but I'm really down for a smoke to kind of sell a B hit here. I was kind of hoping you'd do one.
Target down.
Ooh, good
Shit
shot.
a Marshall.
Only top of the party.
Right here.
I'm gonna smoke top mid. We're gonna run to market. Hold on.
Reyna's in there.
Not ready yet.
We have 2 over there.
No peeking.
I think A actually might be the play at this point.
Grenade.
Somebody.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I like this. I think this is a really good lurk. It's just guy
The last players are leaving B. I'm gonna try to get behind them. Hold out if you can.
Not ready yet. Drop in a smoke.
gun.
Refreshing. Sorted.
One
Could
enemy
have been a little
remaining.
faster on
Was
this.
that a fucking... Yeah, I think I would have been a slightly faster. Instead of sitting there and waiting, I think I would have just been on a really, like, weird off angle on it to just catch the cross. And I mean, like, you could even kind of play like a pixel or a silver. I'm not a fan of it, but I think that would be an appropriate time to do it.
Sorted.
Because ideally, if they're a competent player, they're gonna be kind of
check it.
clearing for you. So like holding a tighter off angle.
One enemy
You do
remaining.
love the run taps though.
Yo, I'm throwing guns down. Throwing guns down.
Oh god. I
Up
can't
top,
believe
up
it
top
took him
lane,
that
top
long to
lane.
kill you. That was so greedy, man.
Yo, throwing guns down. Throwing guns down.
Yeah, I fuck your teammates, bro. Take your bulldog, and then this guy. I mean, you know, he's either like CT.
I thought he was still in ZT, yeah.
Yeah, he could be.
Up top lane, top lane. Nice job.
It was a good round though. I really like that lurk in mid. I think that was really good. You got a shit ton of kills and a bunch of damage. Really good round.
And I don't like what you've got me hanging from. When did I hit breach in the head?
Let's flush them out.
I think you hit him when he jumped back behind the wall.
Have one of
I
these.
guess so.
So,
No com.
I mean, no com's okay. What are you thinking of with this metal here?
In my head, I thought since Breach was jump spawning it last round on B, I was anticipating him pulling some dumb shit like, okay guys, fight B main and I'll hold a stun for when they walk in so you can get free kills. That was my thought process. So to counter them back, I threw that metal to maybe scare them off if they were like half their health already.
I think it could be okay if you guys didn't have the cipher cam there, but we have the cipher cam, so we get info, right? If they're
Crossing
in
or
B
not,
main
yeah.
or crossing or anything, and then like if you reacted off that info with it, I would have been super down. I think we're just kind of wasting our metal at the start of the round here, because
Would it be more appropriate in the event of not having a cipher cam? I call the raise nade to combo with.
Yeah, right. Like there's this is actually something I talked with Dopey about too. Is like in theory, comboing your util always works a lot better than it does in practice. Like comboing with raise is like really sick on paper, and then like I've spent so many hours in ranked trying to do it, and like we've gotten like 5 kills maybe because it's players have time to react and like the coordination it takes for it to like work out in a non-set play with some random person from across the United States that you're playing with online is like just hard. So
Yeah.
it's still good to do and you can try, but I wouldn't lose sleep over it. I really think the problem here is just that we're basically trading our metal, which is actually a pretty good ability, for nothing.
Okay.
The Cypher has his cam here and we don't even hear like any sound. There's no like information. We're just chucking util.
Right.
And on some agents that's like appropriate when they're util regens and there's all kinds of stuff, but I don't think it's appropriate for those metal.
I got the spike.
No, why me?
I'll get it. Grenade. Drop them out.
I don't think you do the one way there yet. I think the one way is like a refresh smoke. Because it's very easy for them to be past that one way already, right?
Yep.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
No peeking.
I'm gonna add that to notes because I will say, dude, this VOD, you've done an awesome job of just taking the notes from last time, and like you've just improved greatly on like everything that we talked about so far.
That's always good to hear, at least.
I always mess this one up too. It's this, right? In a sense, PASSED. Yeah, past hour smoke. And my English skills are just atrophying rapidly since I left college.
One's backside still.
Right here. No peeking.
It sucks.
Breach.
One's backside still.
Right here. Time to hunt. Begging cuss.
Nice.
Poke out refreshing. My ult is ready.
One enemy remaining. Last player
Oh, that was a
standing.
really good try.
Sorry.
Sorry. Poke
I think I lined up with got all the way one in of them. market there.
Yeah, you did. Right here.
Should have kept going.
Yeah, you could have peeked a little tighter, or you could have kept going. I think either's okay. That's really hard to be aware of in the moment.
Enemy remaining. Last player
couldn't
standing.
see.
Sorry about that. I think
Dude,
they,
sky flashes don't just not.
no, they
not
changed
fly.
it. Yeah, that's a while ago. It's an old
So-
patch.
I don't whip.
Radiant.
I'm gonna-
Demon.
I gotta worry about getting to Ascended 2 before I worry about a Radiant, but
No,
thank you for the
You'll get
encouragement.
there. You'll get there.
Satchel out.
Yep.
Not ready.
I only have one smoke.
70
Wait,
more
what?
days. I don't have another smoke for some reason. Hold on.
I mean, dude, the amount of playtime that people in Radiant have is typically pretty absurd.
They're on A.
They don't
They're
have
on
it
A.
just
Try to walk
'cause-
back B, Ren.
I mean, there's a couple of people that have it just because they're like born with God's genes or something, but for the most part, most people
Yeah.
in there like grinded the shit out of the game.
Top right mid. On the boost.
Good shot. Good crosshair positioning too.
Spike down mid.
One on A.
That was crazy.
One enemy remaining.
That's three.
You wait for me? Nice. Great round, Cypher.
Great round, you dude. Good round. The
Thank
first kill here is really good, and our crosshair
Not ready.
looked like
I
it
only
was a
have
little
one
close,
smoke.
but I
Wait,
don't think
what?
it was unreasonable.
Top right mid. On the boost.
Nay, danger.
The scaling was a little spooky, but the crosshair positioning I think was okay.
Spike down mid.
And that's when this guy's throwing for his team. Did you pay him?
No. One on A. That was good training to be in Radiant by now.
Yeah, I think that was a good walk up.
I think we're gonna hit
Pretty
B.
good
Can we do it a
crosshair
little
positioning.
faster? I think that pause when we were about to
You
go
did get
is-
caught
I think we
holding
just need a
W,
8 to
and
left.
it should have been a little spookier, but that corridor is also really hard to scale.
Cypher here.
Yep.
And probably above.
Grenade. No peeking.
I'm gonna molly backside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cutting their vision.
Poke out. Got their spoke. Blinded.
Oh, close right.
Bashed like I
Spike
never
down
left.
B.
Cancel.
Refreshing.
One enemy remaining.
Flank.
Hands on a heater.
Okay, let me fight it.
Healing over here.
I-
No one beats my
Like, literally.
power. I got
Damn.
this.
So they were on an eco there, right?
Okay, let me fight it. Yes.
We just did this rush.
And probably above.
Scary. It worked out really well though. You farmed.
I'm gonna molly backside.
Yeah, yeah.
Current division.
Hawk out. Got their smoke. Blinded.
Yeah.
Oh, close right.
Spike down. B.
Very, very poorly. China dies there.
Yeah.
So it might be a double-sided note, honestly, is considering economics. That might be our next like large area of like macro improvement. I'm just gonna put it under.
Okay.
Refreshing.
One enemy remaining.
But you found them. Put them in the dirt. Ground.
Let's start this party.
The hunt begins.
Really good peek. But
So me.
No peeking.
Still in sight.
I hope that fight felt really good. Do you remember what that fight felt like? That's what you want most of them to feel like.
Yeah.
You just walked out and he was just on your crosshair like that. I like that you didn't
Shoot
walk out
mid.
with them just sticking out. You swung out of that really nice.
One's on B and I'm in behind two of them.
Right here.
I know exactly where you are.
One's on Sosa.
Did we not buy heal or did we?
One's on B. I used it on the first
So,
one,
I
just run into
No
market.
peeking.
The hunt begins.
I guess we could take. Fair enough.
One's on B and I'm in behind two of them.
Right here.
I know exactly where you are.
Talking about clothes specifically too, we can talk about that's something I had to learn. I would just kind of whip it
One's
every
on
time I
Susan.
got a kill and I was kind of trolling.
Yeah, I'm definitely more passive about the heal as well as the res itself. Yeah, that was a bad peak.
I don't think it was
Um,
that bad.
one's
Your
on
crosser
B,
was a
one's
little
on
low.
Right
but
here.
I think you were more
I-
prepared for. Okay. Yeah, it was a little
Nah.
bit worse looking at it again.
I can tell you, I'm the one that
Yeah.
peaked it. It did not feel good.
One's
It
on
was a little
Sosa.
off. That's okay.
It was
I think I
low,
saw
was
in your
too close
head
to the
you were trying
wall.
to aim for like the deep backside position and didn't quite have the familiarity with the angle and realize how to
Last
control it.
player
I think I see it.
standing.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll
Don't.
know that angle a little bit better after that, that's for sure.
On that range.
Mm-hmm. You can start selling a little bit.
Close.
Drop in a smoke.
Back against the wall there, that was bad.
Right here.
In the cage.
Blinded.
Spike down A.
Woo!
Jen.
I like that you swung to
player
immediately cover
standing.
skies back to that was really good. Oh, and TNT.
You can run it anywhere. I'm done.
Almost
Just
out.
Yeah, I think you scaled that really nice. I like how you spaced out your util.
Cameras is broken.
I think that was all really good.
run it.
Did something not feel good about that?
No. I think the pacing in Elbow was a little slow, but
Yeah, so like ideally what would have happened is like there might have been a little bit more pre-round coordination and then you actually have teammates going with you in elbow and it would have been faster. I think you stalled
Right.
out because nobody else is going elbow.
Yeah. partially. I also
And,
just
like-
didn't know when I saw that the cloud smoke. I did not know what to do with that. I didn't know if she was in the corner, if she was on it and peeking me, or
Yeah, I think you handled that appropriately. I think you went to the right side and you held the left peak from
Gone, buddy.
A site. And then when you scaled, you cleared close right and went back to the angle. I think you handled it exactly the way that you should.
Drop in a smoke.
It might have felt kind of clunky because you had to be hyper aware of it,
against
right?
the
But
wall there, that was
it's like that was good. This peak's a little scary, like a little lazy with the crosshair positioning, but when you're
Right
good,
here.
this is all really good. come over, your crosshair goes this way.
Cage.
And so we're tracing inside of the wall a little bit, but it's just barely. It probably hasn't been that big of a deal. Now you clear it, and then you go right back to this angle really fast. And I think that was exactly how you needed to handle it. So.
Okay.
Jen.
Because, yeah, Jet commanded respect from their positioning by using that smoke, right? They created question marks for you, and you have to respect that and just clear them. And I think you did that okay.
Player standing.
And you didn't go excessively slow. Like, I think the pacing, maybe not holding shift right there. But other than that,
That was bad.
Okay.
like right here, maybe we go
A little
faster. Don't hit shift. You maybe get there a second
Okay.
earlier.
Spike
Yeah,
down
that
A.
could keep one
Which
more
could
team
make a
alive.
difference, yeah.
Jen.
Last player standing.
But I think
they
the way
just-
that you scaled it and everything was excellent. So yeah, a little bit less shift hold, I guess, but the rest of it, I think was good.
Cool.
And yeah, and I think the clunkiness of like getting into elbow late. I think you were late because there was nobody else with you, and it kind of almost turned into like a lurk instead of like a split.
Yeah.
I think that's just a comms thing. I think just asking somebody to go with you if you want, being more direct and pre-round stuff. And that's part of the crazy thing with comms is like so much of the game can get boiled down to like if you're just a good communicator, you will get so much RR. It's kind of crazy.
Like QOR what's his name? QOR Nerve, that guy.
I don't know if I know who you're talking about.
Do you really not? Interesting.
QOR Nerf?
Yeah, he's I forget which team he is. Or 9 Nerve, maybe that's his name. He's he's obviously in Radiant. But every game I see him in with the streamers I watch, he is a pro at calming. He literally IGLs every single game I've seen him in. So,
Yeah, and like it's all just kind of nobody really has it all, even like the Radiants. I mean, their baseline for everything is going to be a lot higher than a lot of ours, for like how good their skills are. But they're even going to excel in specific areas and lag behind in others. And so, like,
Unfortunate.
I think just one of the easiest ways to get the most RR is to just increase your communication skills, because
I can run it anywhere.
as far as effort
Sometimes
goes, it's just kind of a
run and
mental
shit
thing, and
well.
it's not like not a training thing, and it's not like a problem solving thing like everything else in the game. It's just kind of a behavioral shift.
yeah, okay. This is my one good team a day. Yeah, whatever you say, Diddy.
My one good team
Get out of my
today.
way.
I feel that.
Go get him.
That's what my friend said to me. Okay. Okay.
Oh shit.
Blinded.
Schlag.
Cypher.
Oh, I just had a mental lag there. I can't
Never
lie.
left.
You're good.
Rhino Market, Omen's flanking from A.
Yeah, we are going really fast here. So did they say one could be market? I thought that's what I heard.
Player standing.
Let's see what team said.
Rhino Market, Omen's flanking from A.
Okay, so he called Reina Market. So something. And honestly, it touches on what we talked about in the DMs. Where we're kind of like overswinging and swinging multiple things at once.
Yep.
So try to slice. So like here, they called, like I hope you saw that, how scary that just was, because they identified that there's a player in there.
Rhino
for us,
Market,
right?
Omen's flanking from A.
So
Yeah.
we don't have information saying there's not anybody, and we are holding W and walking out holding W, and like
Yeah, I felt stressed to take a fight because of the timer.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And I mean, realistically, if they're not inting, they're gonna just tuck. Like they're probably behind box,
Well, I'm done.
and they're gone. So
Last player standing.
it's hard because the timer does create pressure, but staying calm in moments like those is really, really good practice to like really lock in your mechanics. And because like if for whatever reason he was right on this angle, you still probably die here, right? Like it.
Yep.
You speeding
Very
up
good.
to try and kill him there does just as much disservice as like anything else. Because having to ult from all the way back here is just tough. Like you're probably just screwed to begin with. It's just not a great ult. But I can understand why you did it.
Standing.
And get into a 2v2, but
Same for the
they would
Jewish.
have had to have had a major choked. Get
Fuck
by
that up, yeah. Nope.
Sag.
Brain's gnawing on my shit. Can we get Sky Orb on B, then run back to A?
Skyward B hit A. Let's go.
I'll watch the mid. Raze, can you hold mid walk down? Or shit, sorry, Cyber, can you hold mid walk down?
Was this the
And Raze
legendary
help,
tiles
second row.
swing?
I don't remember. It might have
Alright.
been.
Let's see it. No,
Oh,
not
that's
the
to help.
not the passive round start. No.
No peeking.
You're doing good with smoking mid for the defaults. I think that round I would have liked to have seen it a little bit faster, but I think you realized you
Yeah,
were defaulting and did it.
Just watch.
But
One down tiles.
I am mad that you didn't just go swing that guy in tiles.
I should have in hindsight
I can
because
hold, I
watch
can
what
hold his
happens.
body.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So yeah, that is. I know
18
it's
second
a
chest
little
down.
down. It is hard. I don't think I would have expected him to swing there, but also I don't think I would have
I can
ever
hold- I
just
can hold
sat
the
at the barrier and held this at the start of a round.
Yeah, that was extremely
Um,
passive for me.
Buddy.
Yeah, I'm leaving the swing from tiles. Swing from tiles. Get rid of little more.
Get aggro, swing tiles, yeah. Got it. Sky, Jets down at.
We just made it.
That's, oh my
And your
god.
teammates win this one, right? It was 13-8.
Oh my
Cads. Expectations without communication is just disappointment. Yep. And honestly, I think you can even generalize it more and just saying mismatched expectations will lead to disappointment and frustration. Whenever the expectations you have are different from your teammates, you guys are always going to end up kind of frustrated. And that's why
Beefing it
ranked
up.
is so frustrating, because everybody has their own reasons for playing the game. So I think these are the notes. Try to slice the pie a little bit more. I'm leaving your tiles note from our last session. Our solo scaling was good. I still want to see it with a teammate, so I'm going to leave it there. And then this is that refresh that we talked about. So yeah, honestly, this is probably your biggest thing, and I have noticed it across other maps and agents too. I think it's probably your next big general step that you can take that'll help you find a little bit more consistency. Converting the rounds where you have advantage is very important. Like getting ecoed is really fucking bad. And so being a really consistent player and being really disciplined when it comes to playing against ecos will net you a lot more success. I think we
Gotcha.
tend to be a little bit loose and kind of undisciplined against ecos, which isn't the end of the world. But like we're playing to improve. We're playing to become a better player, and we need to consistently play like our enemies are a threat and not give them a chance. Like if they have worse guns and the round is a foregone conclusion, don't give them a way back in. It can be kind of boring sometimes, and you're gonna have teammates who run it down and hold W and do crazy stuff because it's ranked, but like try to hold yourself to a high standard. Really think about the economic situation that you guys are in.
Yeah.
And make your decisions based on that. I'm really down to play aggressive. I think your aggression is looking a lot better than it used to. You're a lot less passive. I'm mad at you for that last round, but other than that, I think you had a pretty good game.
Got it. Thank you.
I'm gonna get rid of this. We can talk about the heal on clove a little bit more later. I don't know. It's a huge problem in general. Better cloves tend to be more intentional with their heal usages and kind of greed it out a little bit better.
I definitely feel like I am. I don't think that's a concern for me with it.
Okay. So yeah, I think this is kind of where we're sitting. Do you have any other questions about clove or any just valor stuff that you want to talk about?
No. I think that was just a good week. I didn't have much time to play because I was gone this whole weekend.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes like those little resets will just make you play better, right? It's nice to take a break every once in a while. It's not a job, right? You do it because you're passionate about it and you like it. It's okay to take a break every once in a while. Fishermen don't fish all day. Gymnasts don't gymnast all day. You don't have to play Valorant all day.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, I mean, that was a heater game, so it's hard to pull a lot of criticisms out of it. But yeah, I think you played really well. I think you directly improved on the stuff that we talk about. Keep that energy up, and you'll start doing really, really well. And it's hard. It really is. I mean, we've talked about it. And I think one of the things is like, I really like that this is what your tracker looked like on that day. And then you left it at 4.
Yeah.
I think those days are going to be better than I think this one's. I'm doing it to you. You have to look at it than this day. Because when you go to hit play again, I want you to think about it.
I broke even most of those times.
You do break even. Yeah, that's true. You do break even. But you probably don't feel great afterwards. So,
no, I don't.
I like the 4 games. I think 6 is still okay. And that's kind of what we talked about you originally playing was like the 3 little break 3. I think trying to stick with that'll help you feel more consistent with the communication and stuff like that because it's hard. It really is energy intensive and it can suck to do. So, all right, cool. Well, thank you. I think that was a really good VOD.
Woo!
All right, if we don't have anything else, we'll end it there. Thank you for hopping in midnight. I appreciate you cheering me on in chat and stuff. It's really nice. So thank you for showing up and asking questions and stuff.
Shit, give me 1 second.
Yep.
Hey, Jesus Christ. So just as a heads up, I cannot be here for the next Wednesday. Can we make next week Friday if that works with you?
I might have something Friday. We'll figure it out in DMs and I can update the event though.
Sure thing.
Let me check because I have been doing Saturdays for the other student that I'm working with, but I think we just moved it back to Friday, but I think I forgot to update my calendar, so I need to message him. But he can double check and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're busy on Wednesday, that is all good and we can move it. Very cool. Thank you. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. You as well.
Yep. And if you want to send me...
No, don't.
Lotus. Give me Sunset Lotus or Clove Lotus. Give me a Clove Lotus VOD.
All right, done.
And I'll take a look at it.
Sure. Thanks.
Yep. I'll see you later.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.